On today's 30-minute mechanic, we're going to check out this fan a little bit, kind of hook it up outside of the car, kind of try to figure out if it's running high or low, get it reinstalled, and then see where that takes us for today. So buckle up, let's go. Okay, just rigged this up a quickie deal. Got us a wire here that we can plug into one of these pins. It's the bottom one. I'm grounding to the top, going to the bottom. That should be the high speed. So, I don't know if my wires are long enough here. I may have to rearrange just a little bit. If I do that, oh yeah, that's probably fine. I have to turn the fan, which that's fine. Okay. Let's see, we got it on the plusy there. Whoa. That tries to take off. That was unexpected. Well, now how can I do this where the fan's not going to try to take off? All right, I decided to change gears. I'm going to put this fan back in. I mean, I was going to put it in anyways, so I might as well just put it in and then check the speeds while it's installed, because I'm not going to change it for right now. And if it's installed, it's not going to try to spin itself into oblivion. So now, just get smart. Get smart enough to put it together, James. All right. Fan bolts are 10 millimeter. Maybe. We can find the holes. Here it is. Get that one started. Jump over here and get this one started. Sure, not getting stuff in the wrong spot here. Everything looks good. There you go. I had it backwards. I was trying to take the bolt out. Oh my gosh. You know what's taking the bolt out? What is happening here now? That fan had a lot more torque than I was expecting it to have. I kind of expected to just kind of go and come on, but it was like, yeah, tried to jump off the little cart. Which, if y'all haven't seen it, that's my new bolt cart. Took all my bolts and I'm putting them in plastic bins, and then I put those bins in on the cart. That way, if I need a bolt, I can just roll the cart if I'm working on something, I need some bolts, I can roll the cart over to where I'm at, and then it'll be right there. And I got more bolts than I have bends right now. I need to get some more bends because I don't have enough room. The bends, if you get them too full, you can't dig around in them. I can probably add some more bolts to those. But I think what I'm going to do is set it up where I can just dump the bolts into a box on the top to dig through them, and then put them back in the bin. This has got to be the longest bolts to hold a fan in that I think I've ever run across. It's tight. That one's tight. Let me double check this one now. All right. Fan reinstalled. Let's go ahead and put that washer bottle back. I don't remember which holes it goes in. I think those. That one goes in that one. I think this one goes in this one. And I'll just tighten them down. Oh, you know what? That bolt actually goes there, and that one, whatever. Doesn't matter. They're both the same. Same thread. Head just looks a little different. Washer bottle installed. Almost. The last little guy right here. Come on. And the last thing I'll have is to put the puke hose back on. Right here. Whoa. Where's the, there it is. Don't really know why they put a hose clamp on there. I've never had one of these shoot off, but we'll put it back the way we found it. Okay. Now, hose, everything's together. Now we can jump back to where we were earlier. And that is checking some stuff. Now, when I ran this thing, it seemed like both the high speed and low speed, there wasn't any difference in how they ran. So, let's look at our connector again. That would be the bottom, would be high speed. And I'm not 100% sure on the operation of these two-speed fans. I'm not 100% sure on how they really need to work. Like, well, for instance, for high-speed operation, do you have to have both high and low energized, or is it simply just either or? Okay, I got that there. Check this. Okay, that should be high. That's remember that sound. Let's good that I'm videoing this because now I can listen. Let's plug that one into there. I don't want to get these. I need my readers because I can't see what I'm doing. Make sure I'm not, don't touch something that it's not supposed to be touching. Word. Fat fingers don't want to get down in here. I think that's okay there. As long as I don't move anything too far. This will know pretty quick. So that didn't sound any different. So, but now I have a recording of it so I can hear the difference. So we can plug all that back in and go on our merry way. We need to put some zip ties down in there. Hold that wiring out of the way. So let me get some cutters. Let's see, cutters. Oh my gosh. Are never where I think they're going to be. They should be over there. Zip ties. There's the cutters. They were literally within a foot of where I was standing. Okay, now I'll do the little bend the tip of the zip tie trick to get this one to go through that hole. Now I looked up. You can take the motors out of these and replace them. You know, if your shroud and your fan blade are in okay condition, you can change the motor in them. I've not been able to find a motor for this particular fan. They changed them in there at some point. There's a changeover to where they use a different style, but even that, this particular fan has a nut holding the fan blade on, and all the ones I've seen as replacements have the little clip, the little metal slippy clip that goes into a groove on the shaft. This shaft is threaded, so there's a nut. I took all that fan apart yesterday, looking into all that stuff. So, I don't know why this one has a threaded shaft instead of the other little deal, but anyways, so we're just going to stick with this fan for now. I guess if worst comes to worst, I could put an HHR fan in here. I could buy whole nother fan, but they're more pricey than I guess I could just buy a whole fan, but you know, I mentioned HHR fans. I've run Chevrolet HHR. The fans for those are a pretty decent sized fan. They move a lot of air. I've run them my 83 Mustang for years with a big block, NA big block, the other big block, the turbo small block, all that stuff. I've run the HHR fan on them, and it's been fantastic. Moves a lot of air, keeps the motor cool, and all that good stuff. So, all right, we are kind of done with this little experiment. So let's move on to something else. Okay, well, we've wrenched it back up where we got our cold idle, cold start, all that stuff back. Now, this is what I was going to show you. Got my old, one of my old Samsung phones here. This is a Galaxy S5. Got an app on here called MSDroid right there. Boop. MSDroid. And it loads up. Basically what this does is it allows you to tune, data log, and do everything right from your Android phone. This app is older. It will run on my newer phone, an S23 or whatever, but it doesn't run as good. It'll data log sometimes, but this one has a cool feature where if you want to view logs, you can view with a map, and it'll overlay it'll overlay your data log over a Google Earth image. So that's super helpful when you're driving sometimes. And you experience something kind of weird while you're driving. You're like, oh man, I was right next to Pizza Hut when that happened. Well, you can go back and look at the map and look at your data log where that was happening at the time. So Wi-Fi is pretty bad out here, so this may not load. So we're going to go back. I'll just close it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set it up to talk to see if it'll talk to our micro squirt. I'm not sure it will, but we're going to find out. So let me plug it in here. Whoops. Let me go back. Get off my edit screen there. Let me plug this in to the micro squirt. It just uses a connector. Connects up, and there we are. It's trying to read signatures, so we're going to turn the key on real quick. Maybe if I can get in here. Okay, and it's beepity beep, blink, 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 trying to read. Let's go. Whoops. Go connect to ECU. It may not work. Finding suitable definition file. Ah, bummer. You can read that. It says definition unavailable. Could not locate a suitable definition file on the server or locally on your ECU. So much for connecting with this. This works really good. Excuse me. This thing works really good with my MS1 extras. You can data log right there on the phone, edit your tune, save your tune, send your data log file, email it. You can do whatever. It's a great app. I don't think it's being updated anymore, as evidenced by the fact that it couldn't find a definition file. But anyways, that was worth a shot. It's a neat program that I wish the developer guy would continue to update it and do everything, but he doesn't. I don't know, I guess lost interest in it or something. I don't really know. I need to keep working this area right here. Gosh, just go way down. Yeah. Okay, that's better. I think. What I'm going to do, it's still kind of rich. It's still rich now. I want you to listen to this when I shut it off. I don't know if y'all heard that little rattle sound when I shut it off. It sounds like detonation, but it's not. It's coming from the accessory drive somewhere here. I don't know if it's tensioner or maybe it's this pulley I put on here, but I took the belt off and it quit making the noise when I shut it off. So it's kind of weird. I don't really understand it. But car starts and runs. She's a little fat still at cold. I mean, cold running, it should be fat to keep it happy when it's cold outside. And it appears that I think it was still in warm up. But man, I just kept having to go down and go down and go down, and finally got it down there. But that's part of the tuning process. We'll get it straightened out and figured out and get to where it kind of does what we want to do. I'm really happy with how it starts and all that. Oh, now our AFRs are like at 14, around 14. That's, or if it's going to stay there, if it's going to start doing something weird. I see it just went fat. Let's go back, please. It's going back fat. I'm gonna need to lean out more of this area of the table a little bit. It's pretty rich right in there. Yeah. Probably shouldn't be doing this in the garage with the doors shut. That's better. Better-ish. We'll get it. Anyways, it's alive. It works. Okay. Oh, well, let's look down here and see what our dump to ground clearance is. Looks pretty good. We got about probably 3 to 4 inches. That's probably more ground clearance than it's ever had. So that's good. That makes me happy. Ah, oh boy. How was it? How'd you like our first drive? Drove it forward right off the little ramp things. Yeah. Take what I can get sometimes. I guess that does it for 30-minute mechanic today. Fiddled with the fan, got the fan put back in, didn't really learn anything. Well, we learned that it runs the same on high speed and low speed. Trying to find out information on how things need to operate is pretty hard. So if you know how they're actually supposed to operate it, leave me a comment down there. Are both sides supposed to be energized or just one at a time? Or whatever. Right now, we just have it set up where the microsquirt turns on the high-speed circuit, and that's the way I'm going to leave it for now. But anyways, like, subscribe, tell your friends, ring the bell, and heck, we'll see you next time on 30-Minute Mechanic. Bye.